paddle stuff, you guys should already pretty much know it. Before, but you know, we paddle left, continue right, paddle right, continue left. Really important you guys are doing like long, efficient strokes. Really not just like quick rapid ones, won't go anywhere. The closer you are, the more of a trap workout it's going to be, or that's not trap, tricep, more of a tricep workout. I want to do a little bit wider with your shoulders, so kind of whatever you want to hurt tomorrow. You can kind of do it like that. We'll launch. Are you down to help push it up? Sure. So yeah, I'll paddle out first, and then Giorgio is going to help push you guys out through some of these waves. We really don't have that many waves today, but there are a few. So the waves kind of come in, big curves like this. Giorgio is going to help push you out in a straight line. I'm going to be right out here. I want you guys, he's going to let you go at some point and give you one big last push. When he does that, I want to make sure you guys keep going straight out through any waves. These boats can take a pretty big wave over the front if it's over the front. Right. If it hits you on the side, you're a lot more likely to flip over. So just make sure you go straight into the wave. Sometimes we'll see a wave coming and we'll try to like kind of brace for impact, stop paddling. We don't want you to do that. We want you to keep paddling all the way through the wave. Just building up that momentum helps you guys just a little bit get through. Again, I really don't think it's too bad today. If we do have to flip over, going out, coming back in, just make sure that you guys aren't standing on the inside of your boat, because the way most people get hurt on our tours is by getting hit with the boat, not actually falling out of the boat. So just make sure you guys are standing clear of the boat if you do happen to flip. Yeah, cool. Pretty much it for the paddling itself. When we get out there, we'll go over some more rules real quick, but pretty simple stuff. Yeah, when you go out, I'll be out there, but we just want to make sure we're getting far enough out past any potential waves that may break and carry us in. So we want to make sure we're just plenty far out. Cool. So yeah, it's awesome. Oh, whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. He must have gone out pretty far, because right here is MPA, so you're not allowed to go fishing within the reserve. If you go about half a mile out, then you can. Hopefully you will. About half a mile out.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, when we aren't paddling, I'm going to have you guys hold your paddles nice and horizontal, just like this. You can hold the systems like you guys. Yeah, exactly. So there are trigger happy lifeguards on this beach and over on that beach who really want to come hop in and just be save the day. We don't want them to come over and bother us if we don't have to. They're not like on Baywatch lifeguards, they're on old Kentucky. So don't want to interact with the lifeguards if we don't have to. Just keep nice and flat, we don't have to keep falling over. If you get pretty upset, they end up all the way over there and there's no emergency. So yeah. Cool. Pretty much it. Any questions, comments, concerns before we get out there? Anything I should know about?
I think we're good to go.
Good to go. Sweet.
How deep is the water?
What?
How deep is it?
Well, it depends. When we are kind of sitting right out there, it's probably going to be about 15, 20 feet.
Oh, it's not bad.
As we kayak over towards the cays, we'll probably get about 40 feet of water. Then when we're over by the cays, we'll be a little bit closer to that like 15, 20 foot.
I was just curious. Cool.
Is this your paddle?
Oh, I got mine here.
You got yours right there. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to go paddle out, then I'll tell Giorgio when he has a minute to send you guys out.
All right.
We might just take a minute for him not to be wasting something up. Okay.
Hey, smile for the camera.
Huh?
Smile for the camera.
Are you taking pictures?
It's videoing.
It's not gonna last then.
It says it'll last 6 hours.
It died? Turn it on. Cut it off till we get in the case.
Caves are called a collector's cave, where the currents work out here in the reserve. Pretty much anything that gets dropped off the boats, off the beaches, or off the cliffs will float into one of these caves eventually. So these are going to be things like GoPros, hats, sunglasses, snorkel gear, paddles, life jackets, computers, purses, all that fun stuff in those caves. Found some pretty interesting things in those caves. One of them was a Louis Vuitton diaper bag. We knew it was a diaper bag because it had 2 used diapers in it. It also had a bottle of tequila and 1 broken high heel. We called that our La Jolla Mom of the Year award. I don't know what was going on there. Must have been some crazy night. And then the other pretty cool thing we found in one of those caves, it was before my time here, but one of our tour guides found this huge underwater camera in like an underwater housing. He found it on one of his days off, brought it up onto the beach, and there was a phone number on the side of it. So he called that phone number, and someone was like super stoked. They found the camera. They offered him $5,000 for their camera back.
Wow.
He was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. More than me making a season. So he took that money, ran to Mexico, had a good time, got back up to the shop a few weeks later, and everyone was kind of making fun of him at the shop. Because they did what you're supposed to do when you find sea treasure, is look up the value of it. So any guesses how expensive that camera actually was?
I'm guessing if he paid 5, it was probably 20.
Yeah, exactly. So they paid $5,000 for the camera. Turns out the camera was actually a little bit closer to $40,000, including the underwater housing, which is super expensive.
Wow.
And then the same number actually called him back a few weeks later and said, hey, like, thank you so much, you got our camera back. We just want to let you know that we are actually the BBC. They were filming Blue Planet 2 out here.
Wow.
In the documentary in our kelp forest. And so they had 6 of these huge cameras out there. They're all kind of looking at, taking like long exposure footage of our kelp forests. One of the cameras got dislodged during a big storm, ended up washing right into one of those caves. So they called us to let us know, thank you so much for giving us our camera back. Then also, this footage made it into the final cut of the documentary. If you guys want to go watch that, you can. It's Blue Planet 2, either, I forget the episode number, it's something called like Our Forests or Kelp Forests or Underwater, something forest related, I don't really know exactly. But it is pretty cool to go see kind of what's going on underneath us in high def, narrated by David Attenborough, always a treat. So yeah, pretty cool. Cool little fact about those caves over there. Yeah, so cool. Those are those Valella.
What's that on it?
That little thing on the end.
It's like a little egg sack or something?
I honestly have no idea. I've never seen one with that on it before.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, that is a species of bull kelp.
With the bulbs on it?
No, B-U-L-L, bull kelp. I don't know why it's called that, to be honest.
Very interesting how it has little, like, I guess, are they seed pods? Or there's seeds in this?
So, I don't actually know. I think it may just be a flotation thing. We keep it like,
right. That
keep it
makes
spreading. I also don't really know much on how the seaweed works out here.
It doesn't look like any seaweed we have in North Carolina.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, we do have a few different species of it. Yeah, we also have these cool things.
I thought it was a turtle. Is it? What is that right there?
Where?
Right over there?
Yeah.
That's going to be a seagull, I'm pretty sure. It's got its wings tucked in. Kind of right, like where the helicopter's got to be, kind of straight out.
No, like 10 feet in front of your boat.
Or 10 feet in front?
Oh, that's just another piece of kelp.
It's probably just a kelp.
Oh, okay. Now, very interesting.
So those are those first sea caves over there. We're gonna paddle kind of straight towards. You see that like pillar kind of in the middle of this wall right below where those people are walking?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter. You can follow me.
All right. See, where that on the side of the wall there, where it kind of goes up like that. There's a just on that part. There's like a little jagged cutout. I just saw birds go up in there, in that little hole. Now we got the neighbors. Big swell. Are those birds on top of that cliff over there?
Huh?
Are those birds on that cliff over there? Like, how do we keep turning right every time? We're gonna do that. That bird got him a fish.
A little bit more defined. The arches kind of had two arches here, and we actually, before 2010, we were actually able to kayak into this cave. However, there was an earthquake here in 2010 that dislodged a bunch of the boulders at the top, put it right into the entrance, so we can no longer kayak in there. Bit of a bummer for us. However, Mother Nature repurposed the cave. Now the sea lions will actually use it during their pupping season as a little bit of a nursery, which is pretty cool. So that's been going on for the past 3 weeks here. You guys chose a good time to be here. In the past 3 weeks, we've had 14 sea lion puppies be born here.
Aww.
Pretty cool. And so, these cormorants you mentioned earlier, they're all nesting right up here. They really like the taste of sea lion puppies' eyeballs.
Ooh.
Pretty rough, I know. And sea lion puppies are born blind and deaf, so they're super defenseless, can't really defend themselves at all against these birds. So for the first 2 weeks, the mothers have learned that if they hang out in the cave, then come out once they kind of, you know, even just like snap at a bird is enough to get it to go away. So hang out there for the first 2 weeks, then they can come out. Then they'll actually be playing with the same birds that like a week ago would have been trying to eat them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Get a little bit closer up in here, you may be able to see some of those orange fish I was talking about earlier. Those really
Look how clear the bottom is right here. Look, there's one right there. See it?
Yep.
You'll see that orange fish right down there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some back here.
Some back there?
Yeah.
They like to, if you go like right up in front of it, there's probably be a bunch all right in there. It's just a little bit hairy going right next to that cave. I can see one over there. Yeah, pretty cool. This cave also has a little bit of a crazy history. So this is the site of one of La Jolla's first tourist attractions. So if you look directly above kind of those pillars, you see that concrete foundation up there.
Yeah.
See that? So this was La Jolla first started as an artist hub in the 1800s. drum up for business. Area. There's a railroad that ran right along the side here. And one of the attractions of that railroad was that they had a high diving platform here that people could watch someone do a cliff jump off of.
Woo!
Pretty crazy. If you wanted to do the time, we did stupid stuff back then. You guys might be thinking this looks like a really dangerous jump, and that's because it is a super dangerous jump.
It's not very deep.
If not, so
I feel like I should be able to see the bottom.
yeah, it is really. It's about 6 to 8 feet deep here.
I don't want to jump from that high.
Yeah. So generally for cliff jumping, you want to follow a rule of thirds. I'm gonna have us just paddle up a little bit towards that next stand at the top of that. So generally for cliff jumping, you want to follow a rule of thirds. You want a third of the height of the jump to be the depth of the water you're going into. About 120 feet into about 600 feet of water. So, pretty bad ratio, super dangerous.
People do it? That people used to do it because there used to be a high dive.
Dead man jump, that's kind of dangerous to do.
I always think it would break your neck.
Yeah.
That being said, the one guy who was hired to do it, it was the same guy over and over and over again. He had a secret, he was a contortionist. So as soon as he hit the water, bend out his back, create an angle, and then moving sideways instead of going straight down. So he actually able to go pretty successfully. Any ideas of how that guy died?
Car wreck.
Cliff jumping, great guess. Actually lived till he was 94, died at full age.
Dang.
It gets its name from a little more tragic story a few years later. There's 3 teenage boys out here all trying to prove themselves to each other, like teenage boys do. They're here during a big winter storm. So their plan was that they'd time their jumps so that they'd land on top of a big wave rolling through so that they'd have enough cushion below them. The first 2 timed it just fine, were just okay. The last one, unfortunately, timed it exactly wrong. Ended up landing at the lull of the wave because of stress. He did die later that day in the hospital.
Ugh.
Super tragic event here in San Diego. That was amplified by the fact that that was actually the son of the mayor of San Diego.
Jeez.
He died. So pretty unfortunate.
Here? Right here?
Right here, yeah.
How long ago was that?
Like 1904.
Oh, wow.
Really long time ago, yeah. And so, yeah. So died here, and then the next day, cliff jumping was made illegal in San Diego County.
I bet.
Anything over 5 feet. Yeah, pretty crazy. Oh, you can see some baby cormorants out here. That's really cute. Yeah, so it looks like probably mom and dad right there. They're right behind me. There's like 2 or 3 little babies. So these are all Brandt's cormorants right here on the hillside. Cormorants are really good diving birds. They're pretty closely related to penguins. This means that they have solid bones, which allows them to stay under the water for a little bit longer, a little bit more efficiently. However, this means that they're not very good at flying. So when you see these birds flying, it kind of looks like they're flashing really hard and really fast, struggling to keep themselves up. And that's because they are struggling to keep themselves up because they have those really heavy bones. And that allows them to stay about under the water for about 5 minutes and go 150 feet deep. Pretty crazy. When you see them in the water, they look a lot like a fish hunting. They're like swimming around, doing weird moves and stuff. Yeah, you could be like scuba diving and turn around and see a fish. Pretty crazy. I don't know. But yeah, these are the cormorants. And then the other birds we have out here a lot, well, we have these pelicans, or not pelicans, gulls. And then the other birds are going to be the pelicans. If you see any, I'll point them out. Most of the time we have brown pelicans around here. They're the smallest species of pelican. Have you guys seen any of the Garibaldi yet? Paddle straight this way. There's one kind of sitting right in front of me here.
There's one over there too.
Yeah, there's a bunch over here. Kind of directly in front of your boat.
Straight down.
Kind of just an orange speck.
Look right down there.
Like
right here.
goldfish.
Look straight down here. You'll see it.
Oh, yeah.
If you look like inward a little bit too, sometimes you'll catch a light. Like I can see
Yeah, there's a couple right there.
Right in here. Another 3 right down there. Yeah, pretty cool fish. Tropical looking fish we have out here. Go see if we can see some sea lions and stuff.
All right.
We have one more cave to talk about, and then we'll try to get you guys into a cave. Talk about the next day, then.
I don't know.
You guys see that platform in there?
Yeah.
That's for people. Some people go. What is it?
It's a platform.
So this cave has pretty cool history. This is the only cave that's accessible year-round, no matter the tide conditions, by land. It's accessible from the top up there. So, starting again in the late 1800s, when the point it was an artist colony. One of these artists was named Gustav Schultz, who came over here from Germany. Wasn't doing so hot as an artist. His art wasn't really selling, so he decided to open a tourist attraction, this cave. His plan was to take a bunch of dynamite and pickaxes and blow up his basement, basically. He had a house right there on the top of the hillside, so he dug straight down, trying to hit these caves. His plan was to connect all 7 of our sea caves together and run it as kind of like a cavern experience kind of thing. However, it took him 2 years just to get to this one. He's like, all right, that's enough for me, good enough. So when it first opened, he lowered people down in a wine barrel, pushed them back up. A few years later, he did add that platform and some stairs. Yeah, we have some lines from that over here.
Oh wow. You see it?
You might try to climb up on that rock. Let's see. Maybe you'll come and say hi to us.
What? Where?
Right there.
I don't.
You see it?
Oh yeah.
There's some swell, but not too bad, and the tide was pretty good. Being technical about it, not a sea cave, it's an archway, because it connects through on the other side. Lines hanging out right here on the rock. A lot of people ask the difference between the lighter ones and the darker ones. Any guesses? Remember, the common guess, not that.
Age?
A lot of people guess age, not that either. It's a little more simple. So one's wet, one's dry. Yeah. Like mammals, we are also mammals. So when their hair gets wet, it gets a little darker. Dry off. Alright, so we're getting to the sea cave today. How we're going to do this is I am going to get the rest of my wetsuit on, get on my surf fins. So drop my boat off in this little cave right here. Then I'm going to hop in the water, swim over, grab onto the back of one of your guys' boats. We'll go ahead and paddle straight in, hang out for a second, flip you guys around, and paddle straight back out. It'll be a pretty quick in and out because I don't have anyone to call the sets for me, so I won't know if there's waves coming or anything. So we're just going to kind of dip in, show you guys, hit for a second, and come back out. Yeah, I'll have you guys come along to the water.
Sorry.
It's kind of the worst case scenario.
There we go.
Still not that bad. But I'm just going to have you guys swim out of the cave. Don't worry about your boats, your paddles, anything like that. More importantly, you guys get out of the cave. I'll go back in and make sure we have all of your guys' stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Another thing, as we're going in and coming out of the cave, there will be this kind of rock wall on either sides of you. Sometimes people have the urge to put out their hands and kind of brace themselves. If you do feel the need to brace yourself, don't use your hands, use your paddles. The rocks can be pretty sharp, you can cut up your hands pretty easily. So just make sure that if you're going to cut anything up, it'd rather be the paddles, not your hands. Yeah, you guys will also be responsible still mainly for the power of going in and out. I'm kind of just on the back of your boat to help with the steering and help in case, and kind of just help stabilize you guys a little bit, help spin you guys around when you're in there. Yeah, you guys, I still will need you to paddle in and out. guys want to go into the cave? Yeah? Go drop off my boat. I'll get ready here.
Yeah.
You're going to the waterfall.
Huh?
There's sea lions just in the water.
Did it?
Why do they make that noise? Are they like just talking or they?
Yeah, just talking, hanging out. They are pretty noisy. Really. I've noticed that they're really stubborn and like the same rock placements. So one will kind of be in one spot and another one will want it, and they'll kind of just sit right there and scream at it until they move.
Oh.
The other one's over there and they're feeding. So a lot of times they're just yelling at each other. Really important stuff I assume, but I don't know. The water feels warmer than the air right now.
It does.
It won't feel that way when I get in though. I know. Sucks. Okay, here we go. So I can take you guys in first. I'm just gonna have you come meet me kind of right at the entrance of the cave.
On the left or the right?
The left cave right here.
All right. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you guys here just a second. Let's see no waves are coming. Alright, let's begin right now. I'm gonna put that on here.
Wow. Very cool.
I can, yeah.
You can see.
So we are
All right. Yep. Looks that way. Look at the fish.
Oh yeah.
Gear ball.
you guys kayak right past the back of their boat.
All right.
You guys can stay right there. We'll come to you.
way over there?
Did you get all that? Did you get all that?
I think so. What's that little butt? It's like he's been in a fight.
He's still hanging.
What's up, dogs? Arr, arr, arr.
We need to move out of the way so we're not there.
Probably. They're waving.
Like your house.
Look at them all right there.
Yeah. All those smaller ones are going to be the pups we had. The ones that are about this big. You grow really quickly, so they come out about 25 to 30 pounds, and then pretty quickly put on a lot of weight. They might not look like you.
Look at them fight.
They're still pretty young.
Are they fighting
Yeah.
or playing?
Most of the time they're just playing, fighting. They don't really. The only time we actually see like real fights are between the alpha males. That's only during mating season.
They didn't tilt it down.
Pretty chill with each other.
Can't really.
Oh, he's got cut off.
Females. The one we saw swimming in the water earlier, kind of right behind that over there, that was a male. Yeah, most of these ones all the way down here are all going to be females.
How many babies does mom have?
Okay?
Would she have babies? Would she have like a lot or like few? Would she have one?
You don't know. It's really good question. I'm not sure.
Or they're like dogs, or sometimes you get 10 or whatever.
I would assume that sometimes there's multiple, but I honestly don't know. So that's a good question. I'm gonna have you guys.
If they're 20 to 30 pounds, I was thinking.
That would be hard to have multiple.
Yeah.
But also the pregnant female can get up to like 400 or 500 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, 30 pounds is
Not much.
not much. I mean, some of the ratio to like a human pregnancy maybe.
Are they here all year round, even when it's cold?
Yes. So our females and babies and juveniles are here year round. males will go up to San Francisco Bay Area for the winter, eat a bunch of fish up there at Fisherman's Wharf, and come back out here for the spring and summer. Yeah. So this little cove right here called Emerald Cove. We get a ton of our Garibaldi out here too. Also, we're going to put up seabirds and cormorants and brown pelicans. The brown pelicans are pretty cool. They're my favorite bird out here. There's one flying right now. They're the smallest species of pelican. It's pretty crazy because that's still a really big bird.
Yeah.
They can hold over a gallon of water in their mouth or beak, which is more volume capacity than they actually have in their stomach. I remember that by a little rhyme that goes, pelican, oh pelican, your beak can hold more than your pelican. Or than your pelican. I think that's fun. So yeah, they're super cool. I really like them because they're super efficient flyers. They can glide on the surface of the water over a mile without flapping their wings. So cormorants are known as one of the most successful diving birds. They catch food about every other dive, whereas pelicans only catch food about 1 in 5 dives. However, it's a very different hunting strategy used by these birds. I would have it paddle out a little bit that way. I don't want us to get too close to these rocks right here. It's pretty shallow right there. Yeah, so the cormorants, like I mentioned earlier, are a lot more like an aquatic predator. They like swim around and like chase fish in the water. Whereas our pelicans are much more like a human with a spear gun kind of hunt. Kind of have one shot. Kind of scoop up as much water as they can, hopefully fish in there. Which is why they're not as efficient as our cormorants. However, both of them are doing just fine as species, so it's kind of a little bit inaccurate to say that one is more efficient than another. It's just a different strategy, but for the type of animal it works really well. Yeah. So you see all this white stuff all over these rocks? You guys know what that is?
Bird poop.
Bird poop. Nope. Guano. That. A few years ago here in La Jolla, a lot of these really high-end restaurants, businesses, hotels up there decided that they did not like the aesthetic of the bird poop here. Pretty silly. I don't know, it's the beach and some of the bird poop. But they decided they wanted to do something about it. So they hired people to come out here with power washers, rappel down these hillsides, and actually power clean, spray clean off all of the bird poop over this entire hillside right here. Pretty crazy. For about 8 months, we had really clean rocks here. And then Scripps Institute of Oceanography, the people who own that pier way over there, they were conducting surveys out here on our bird population. And we realized from 1 year to the next, we had a 90% decrease in our nesting birds here on the hillside. Obviously pretty bad, you can't mess with wildlife habitat like that, so they were trying to figure out what was going on with that. So they were trying to figure it out, and they kind of realized that the birds use the bird poop as a signal of where's safe to land and where's not safe to land. So looks like these that have a ton of bird poop.
That wave got
Yeah, that's a good example. You can see how the front where the wave hit him was dark and the back of him was light.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, birds have a signal of where's safe to land.
Son of a bitch.
Over here,
straight ahead is safe.
over down. Actually heads out for a while. Whereas over there's a sandstone fish we talked about.
Big one in. That we have not seen spot to go near nest compared to the livestock groups over here. So, knowing that, they thought, okay, how do we get the birds to come back on the hillsides? They imported a pretty obvious solution. They actually sent these people, the same people who came to clean off all the bird poop, they sent those same people down to the San Diego Zoo bird exhibit, had to collect gallons and gallons of bird poop, and come back out here and cover our hills artificially in bird poop.
Nice.
So that the birds know where it's safe to land. following year, we had 100% return of our normal bird population here in San Diego. Pretty cool.
That's wild.
Also super silly, and it makes the La Jolla residents look stupid, and that's good for everyone. But yeah, pretty crazy. They also tried to do a similar thing with our sea lions here. They thought that they were barking all the time, kind of being annoying. So they played the noise of dogs barking on loudspeakers 24/7 for about 2 weeks all over here to try to drive the sea lions away. If you guys have spent any time around sea lions, you may notice that they have a bark that sounds very similar to a dog's bark.
One just went right behind you.
Yeah. So the bark didn't do anything to scare away the sea lions. It kind of just made everyone more annoyed. At the end of the 2 weeks, they gave up. Trashed the project. Made them look stupid again. Went for everyone. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Another cool thing about La Jolla right here is Dr. Seuss used to live here. He lived way up there on that hillside. He drew on La Jolla and the surrounding area a lot for inspiration for his books. So one of these was redfish and bluefish. So these Garibaldi you see in the water right now, these are all grown Garibaldi. When they're babies, they are spawning with like dots really close together, so they look pretty blue as a fish. And so the story goes, Dr. Seuss is up there on the hillside, looking down in the water, saw a bunch of the orange fish, saw a bunch of the bluefish. Orange fish, bluefish doesn't sound as good as redfish, bluefish, so called it redfish, bluefish. Wrote a book about it. Pretty cool. Another fun example of Dr. Seuss's influence on the area of Dr. Seuss was on the Grinch. So the Grinch said to be about himself, so he was the Grinch living up there on the hill, and the citizens of Whoville, you know, in the movie they're always kind of throwing parties and being loud and obnoxious. The theory is that he actually based those citizens of Whoville off of the sea lions here. Because if you think about it, sea lions always make a lot of noise, being a little obnoxious, smelling bad. But if you go and watch the movie, people in Whoville kind of have sea lion looking faces and whiskers and stuff.
Yeah.
Something there to that. I don't really know. It's not necessarily what he was going for, but I think it's fun. And then the one that is actually true, it's been confirmed by him and his wife and all that, was the Torrey Pines golf course. You guys know the Lorax, the book about the chocolate trees, all that. So here in San Diego, we have this type of pine tree called the Torrey Pine, which is only found here in San Diego. It's endemic to this area. It's pretty cool. However, a bunch of years ago, they started trying to construct the Torrey Pines golf course, which is, you guys can see the green stuff here. You guys look over that way and a little far down these cliffs.
Yeah.
You can see a big grassy area. That is the Torrey Pines golf course. So for the construction of that golf course, they're cutting down a bunch of these Torrey Pines. Dr. Seuss didn't like that. He had a tree up there that he was particularly fond of. They ended up putting a bunch of the other trees down, so he wrote the Lorax as kind of a Save the Trees book. Hey, I don't think you guys are realizing how precious of a resource these trees are. We need to protect them. Because of how well received the Lorax was, the trees became federally protected, and the area right next to the golf course became the state park. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool effect of Dr. Seuss there. Yeah.
Did you do the snorkeling trip with the snorkel like thing? Is that where that's the cave you go snorkeling in?
So we don't go into the cave on the snorkel tour. We go either in this area right there in front of like Arches Cave, the one with the big pillar, or kind of right over where we saw the sea turtle. Those are kind of the three areas we like to go at. I'm trying to grab that.
Is that trash?
Yeah, I think so. Nice sketch.
So yeah, it's pretty much
Very cool.
It's out here. You know, start making our way back over to the boat launch. As we get over there, I'll talk about how to get in safely. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything on anything I said, feel free to let me know.
This is very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We're heading that direction?
Yeah, just kind of heading that way. I don't know if you guys can see the boats on the beach, but that's kind of what we're aiming for. Yeah,
You do?
Go ahead, just follow me.
You do?
I do.
We should be back in like 20, 25 minutes.
Our kids would love this. swim with the sea lions.
Oh, they would hate this right here.
Well, what happened?
Yeah, they showed a motorboat.
Yes, there's a third grader and a second grader, both boys.
Nice. Where are they at?
They're at home with grandma. Yes. They like to travel and see different things.
On this down.
Have you always lived in San Diego?
No, I've only actually been down here since the beginning of February.
Oh wow, well, you're doing a great job. You're very knowledgeable.
Thank you. Yeah. It helps the Pacific Ocean.
Not super consistent, but relatively consistent. And I have lived on the California coast my whole life.
Okay.
So a lot of this knowledge I've kind of picked up over the years. My last job throughout college was also being like an outdoor guide. So I spent a long time out in the ocean doing stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, only lived here since February. And actually at the end of this month I'm moving.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Already getting out of here.
Going just to another part of California?
No, actually moving out of state for the first time, moving up to Oregon.
Wow.
I feel like I'm the only one paddling again.
Find something to do up there.
You might have to paddle.
Similar type of things. They offer like kayakers up there too. They also offer like waterfalls.
If you put out they better Sorry. We only Niagara Falls.
I've been to Toronto and Vancouver.
I've never been to different places. But we took the boys to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I've never even been to Niagara Falls.
Really?
It's like being in Alberta, you're probably further from Niagara Falls than you guys are in North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to Victoria, British Columbia. I'm going there in June, like June 4th. I'm doing a cruise up like the coast of Alaska.
Ooh, I want to do that.
Is that your first time in Canada?
No, I've been 2 or 3 other times. I've been to Vancouver. I've been to Victoria before actually. I've been to Whistler. Stayed in Squamish, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, no,
I love Squamish. I thought that was so sick.
they have this one time in Scotland, like this beautiful day. And obviously, I spent the summer there, and it was incredible.
No, yeah, it's so nice. It's kind of like in Yosemite, but like a populated town.
I want to do Yosemite. You just, like that time you didn't even hit.
It's because the wave went down, baby.
Better strokes and go slower.
You stick with me. You stick
You
with
guys
me.
find it harder to steer on your way back in? Not just you. The boat decided that they don't like going back in, I guess. And it becomes a lot harder to steer going in. I really don't know why it happens. It happens every tour. Like your boat becomes a lot more squirrely, harder to steer.
It is.
You test those mares.
I really have no idea how it happens, but it happens.
Have you ever been to the East Coast?
Yes, I haven't spent that much time. I've been to Florida twice, went up to Georgia.
Okay, Atlanta.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
They have amazing beaches.
I've heard, and I really like seashells. And you guys got all these seashells over there.
Go to Cape Lookout or Shackleton Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're only about 90 minutes from the beach.
Oh wow. Okay.
We live about halfway in between Raleigh and the beach.
Okay. That's a nice spot to be. Kind of.
Yeah, it is perfect. Yeah. We can go to a show, you know, on a date night in Raleigh, but we can also, you know, on Saturday go to the beach.
Something
I'm looking forward to about Portland. It seems like about like an hour and 20 from the beach and like an hour from like skiing and like snowboarding.
Nice.
I think Portland probably has a pretty good vibe for young people. And
And we have a lot going on recently, but I think it'll be okay.
Rest for a minute. Let them catch up a little bit. Let them catch up a little bit.
they're struggling. They're way back there.
Yeah.
They'll flip over going back in.
No.
Huh?
No. Not a chance.
So you've been to Yosemite?
Yeah, this is a funny place.
We want.
I love it. I think it's one of the best places on earth. Probably.
Have you been to Zion?
I've been to that too.
Yeah, we went to Zion two summers ago and hiked the Narrows with the boys.
I didn't get to do the Narrows when I went there. I did do Angel's Landing, which is really
We
cool.
couldn't do it, not with the kids.
Yeah, that's cool. I think they also made it a permitted hike now in the past like 2 years, I think.
Oh.
So it's like a place you can do it.
Oh. I'm hoping next summer we go to Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone's also beautiful.
And I want to try the Yellowstone and Glacier on the same trip.
I think Glacier's probably the best, if not the second best national park, maybe right after Yosemite.
Yeah. Well, Yosemite's so far kind of out there, we have to do it all on its own.
Yeah, that is definitely an issue. Although some people like to do Yosemite, Sequoia, and Kings Canyon all together, because they're like relatively in the same. It's still like 5 hours of driving between them, but like relatively in the same area.
We did a trip, the trip when we went to the Narrows, we did like 1,800 miles on a rental car. We did Bryce's Canyon, and then we did the Narrows, and we did Lake Mead and Hoover Dam. We spent a night in Las Vegas and started, and then we went all the way up. We ended at
Another dolphin out there.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I see him.
We went all the way up to Mount Rushmore and then flew home from Denver.
Wow, that is definitely a drive.
It was a lot, yeah. It was a lot of driving, but the boys had a blast.
Yeah, I'm sure. That sounds like a fun trip.
We whitewater rafted on the Colorado.
Oh, nice. My last job, I worked as like a trip guide, trip leader for the university. So we took a bunch of canoes out on the Colorado River. We put in 20 miles south of the Hoover Dam, and then paddled up the Colorado River and spent like 2 nights like camping.
That's cool.
It was cool, right as around like 5, 6 o'clock every night, right as people got home from work, they'd start releasing water from the dam to like have the hydroelectric power or whatever.
Oh wow.
And then the water level would rise significantly. And so if we timed it right, we could be like right at the base of the dam and basically just ride the surge.
That's cool.
All the way back. Pretty cool.
That is really cool. We decided that trips are better for presence and experiences rather than stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially for little
I've been doing
boys.
that for a little bit.
Little boys who have everything, you know?
Especially when it's like a toy or a gadget, or
Yes.
something that you're going to use for a year.
Or if that.
If that, or
Yeah.
breaks, or a new cooler thing comes out.
Yeah.
Like you can always have an experience.
Yes.
The memories will always be there.
It'll be, that electronic will be obsolete.
I think also like, I don't know, having appreciation for the outdoors,
Yes.
trips like that, just makes life so much more enjoyable. There's so many people going through life not really going out of their way to experience everything that's out here all the time. And I think it makes everything else better.
100%. It gives you an appreciation for, you know, all the things, and respecting nature too. I feel like it's so important to get that instilled in them.
Try not to run over the swimmer over here.
Are you going to the right or the left?
Well, I was going to his left, but now he seems to be turning, so try to give him some space. I don't know. Okay.
There's another one right there. I saw an arm go.
Another swimmer?
Swimmer.
Where?
About away over there.
Okay.
Look,
Uh-huh.
where does it come from?
Where's what?
Wonder where he's coming from.
Pier, maybe?
He comes from where?
The pier?
No. Oh, I see a lot of people now. Alright, we gotta talk about that.
I mean, maybe.
I see a lot of orange.
Yeah, they're starting to come out, I guess.
They got our work.
Yep.
Pretty much end of the tour, so final stop right here. I'm gonna go over how to get in safely. So there's 2 tricks for getting in. I'll talk about how we're gonna do this whole thing too. So I'm gonna go in first. I'm gonna go paddle in, drop off my boat up there, and then I will come back out into the water, and I'll signal for you guys to come in. Who did I launch first? You guys? Alright, so then I'll take you guys in first, I'll take you guys in second. And we'll go in one at a time. As we are waiting to go in, I want us to hang out pretty far out, like at least as far out, so we don't get carried in too early by accident. When I call you in, I want you guys to paddle straight towards me. I'll come out into the water and try to help catch your boat. If you guys catch a wave or a wave catches you, it's a little bit more accurate, and you start kind of surfing in, I want you guys to go ahead and lean back in your boat. It helps lower your center of mass, and it'll also help keep the nose of your boat out of the water. Then the other thing you guys can do to help from flipping over is if your boat turns to the left, I want you guys to lean to the left side. If your boat turns to the right, I want you to lean to the right side. Lean into whatever direction that wave is on. If you think about it, the wave wants to flip you away from it, so if you lean into it, it'll help kind of counteract that force a little bit. You guys can also try to time it so that you guys aren't going to, there won't be a wave to catch you. So yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. Better to like have a little bit of momentum going, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think it should be too rough today. I mean, there definitely are some waves here in the boat launch. Nothing huge, at least right now. So as long as we try to fit straight and flat, hopefully we will all be okay. I will just remind you guys, if you do have to flip, make sure that you guys aren't going to stand directly in front of your boat, because that is how you guys would get hurt. So, yeah, pretty much it. Any questions, comments, concerns? No? Alright. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I had a great time.
Me too.
A fun tour. Glad you guys could join us. Super stoked you got to see the dolphins and the sea turtle and go into the cave. That's all pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it and want to leave a review or a tip, anything like that, really greatly appreciated, not expected. We can do that up at the shop. I can meet you guys up there.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go head paddle in now, and then I will call you guys in one at a time.
make sure that you guys, again, are staying plenty far out, that none of these waves are going to carry you. Also keep your eyes out for leopard sharks, because I just saw one swim by.
Oh wow. I thought he did a good job.
Huh?
I thought he did a really good job.
Thought he did a good job?
Yeah.
Me too. You got a 5?
I have a 20 in my wallet. Not yet.
Wait till he he's gonna like drop his boat off and then come back out in the water and help you. Kind of like what he did in the cave. He'll like come back out walking in the water and then you like head straight for it. But make sure you head straight, like
You don't want to be sideways at all.
like perpendicular to the beach. Because you don't want to hit away sideways because we watch people flip over.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. Can you do that in metric?
Huh?
Can you do that in metric? Huh?
Diana and I after them.
Yeah.
This is like my running group, but it's a
Swimming group.
swimming group. I gotta take pictures of it. I'll send it to the girls.
They got buoys. Some of them got buoys out there.
That's what, I just said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Oh, turning sideways. Going over.
We came out first. Why do we gotta go in second?
I don't know.
I didn't make it sense. I think feet and splits it off. Should I tell you one thing? My drawers. Your drawers wet?
A little bit.
Free ball it back to the place.
Right up in the hotel lounge.
Huh?
Right up in the hotel lounge. It's just
To the what's it called?
the M lounge.
Food lounge.
You ready?
No, you gotta wait for him though.
Yeah. Ready? Take these. He wants us. Let's go. Oh, there it is. Keep it straight. Keep it straight.
Perfect.
There we go.
Okay, you good.
All right.
Hop out here.
Dang.
My foot got caught on something. Yeah, it's hard. Especially after sitting down for like 2 hours, your legs just get, no, you're still walking.